This week we introduce you to the new White Sox TV announcer, and he's a very interesting guy. And Paul Gasol is piling up some big stats, pretty good for age 35, as the Bulls scrape and scratch to make the playoffs. And then I get you a little bit closer to the end of our Benkowski Trivia title match. We're all in good moods. And then a good friend of mine talks high school sports this week. Check out my website, benkowski.com, for my weekly article and up-to-the-minute trivia sites. From wherever Chicago's sports teams are making news, it's the 29th year of the Perfect Pitch Auto Repair Sports Spotlight. They have tune-ups, transmissions, AC service, engine repair, tire repair, oil changes, and more. 108th and Kedzie. Lansing Floral Shop, open 8 a.m. daily. Custom silk flowers, Bridgewater candles, great flowers, 708-474-1212. A great floral shop, Lansing Floral. You've got to get to the Cove for Benkowski Trivia Wednesday, March 9th at 8 p.m. Great people, great game, easy to reach.
With a 30-year Southwest Side tradition, Huck Finn is open 24 hours to serve you with great breakfasts like the Becky Thatcher, soups, great lunches, 1/3 pound burgers, clubs, and much more. Dinners from seafood to steaks to pasta, great donuts, and ice creams. With 3 locations at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 105th and Cicero. Stop in today. You know Huck Finn is open.
Calabria Imports has Italian foods and a great deli. You mention this TV ad, and you get a free Joe tea with a sandwich order. Conveniently located at 1905 West 103rd Street, Calabria Imports has great stuff. Check it out. I do all the time.
Since 1967, El Jardín has been serving the finest Mexican food. Before, after, or during ball games, located conveniently just 3 blocks south of Wrigley Field, 3335 North Clark. Whether there's a game or not, you still get hungry, and El Jardín has great service, great food, and great drinks. I've enjoyed every meal I've had there, and you will too. So get to El Jardín for great Mexican food at 3335 North Clark Street in Chicago. You'll be glad you did.
You've got to get to Dr. Sherman Clay, chiropractor. Gentle adjusting, most insurance accepted. Massage therapy, too. Walk-ins are welcome. Call 773-324-4325. That's HEAL. Dr. Sherman Clay. You've got to get to the family dentist, Lawrence Ferlin, 109th and Kedzie. Crowns, veneers, cleanings, improving your smile at 773-233-7044. That's 109th and Kedzie. They do a great job for me. They'll do a great job for you. Family dentist, Lawrence Ferlin. So Hawk Harrelson got burned out from the massive commute from LaPorte, Indiana, and that means Jason Benetti gets to be the new play-by-play guy of the White Sox.
Are more almost homers. It's the style as opposed to the coast. Jerry Reinsdorf said when he came here he couldn't believe announcers were rooting for their teams because he grew up with Vince Scully in Brooklyn. So do you see yourself kind of subliminally or very quietly cheering on the Sox and not taking that middle reporting approach that Scully does?
So, I mean, Vin, you can hear it. He cares very much for the Dodgers. He doesn't say we, but he cares for the Dodgers. Everything is viewed through a Dodger lens in some small way, and I think that's where law school helped me understand how to be an advocate for a team without necessarily yelling. A good attorney doesn't just stand up all the time and say, you're not being fair to my client. I mean, you make your case, whether it's subtly or boisterously, but you do it in a way that comes from the angle of the team. So yeah, I'm the Sox announcer in this case, and I will see things from the Sox lens, but the way that comes out will change.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you very much.
No, it was a pleasure.
I wear you out. Oh, one more thing.
You already said goodbye now.
I'm sorry. I had to ask this.
No.
Now you have the best
Columbo.
I know. You have the best bully pulpit you've ever had in your long broadcasting career. Will you use this as a way to educate people about cerebral palsy, to let them know, separate fact from fiction and fact from stereotypes?
I mean, I think just kind of by walking around, I now do that, which is truly amazing and never something that I really ever set out to do. I was never an activist type in that way, but I think the wonderful thing about the situation I'm in with the Sox is it's a team that cares very much about the community. And I'm a person who has come through some of the nonprofits in this community and some of the medical help that's fantastic in this community and the people who really care about kids growing up with a disability. I mean, I try to look past the first thing that I think about anybody. And I encourage other people to do that, because if you're inquisitive and you're curious, you never know where you're going to end up with someone in terms of your understanding of who they are.
And I sign off for good. Thank you.
It was a pleasure.
Appreciate it.
Thank you for taking the time.
Good luck.
Can you talk about your Chicago roots a little bit? I know people love to hear that stuff.
Sure. Yeah, I'm Jason, by the way. Nice to meet you.
Patrick.
Yeah, pleasure. I grew up on the South Side. I actually initially, my parents' first house was on Hamilton, on 32nd and Hamilton. We moved to.
Is that Brighton Park?
No, it's my grandmother actually lived a street down on Levitt.
Okay.
And so we were on Hamilton, Levitt, Kelly High School, I think is not far
sure.
down
Yeah,
the
yeah.
street. There's a Lindy's Chili, or there used to be.
Yeah,
we used
it's
to
still
walk
there.
Yeah. So then we moved to the suburbs, moved to Homewood. I lived on Ridge Road in Homewood, then moved around the corner to Hickory Road, and then went to HF, and it was fun. It was great.
And then the whole college thing, and tell us about some of your early baseball announcing.
My early announcing?
Yeah.
So my first real gig was with the Windy City Thunderbolts in Crestwood, the independent team, which I think they tried to fit as many weather patterns into one team name as possible, and succeeded. But it was
Who was managing then?
Brent Bowers, whose claim to fame was that he was Tony Tarasco's backup the day that Jeffrey Mayer made the catch. The Yankee fan, remember little Jeffrey Mayer? So Brent has told me Tarasco, if he was in there, he would just taken the ball from the kid. Tarasco didn't do that. So Brent was the manager, and Steve Trout was actually the pitching coach.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
At the Windy City Thunderbolts.
Windy City
On
Thunderbolts.
Midlothian Turnpike.
Yep, that's right, in Crestwood. Yep.
That's good stuff. And then blink a few times, and then you're here.
And suddenly click my heels together, and off we go. I mean, I did a couple years in Salem, Virginia, and then some AAA baseball in Syracuse, and it was those are the times where you get to know who you are as an announcer, so you're ready for a situation like this.
And you're ready to work with Stoney.
Oh my gosh, I want to roll the ball out right now. Like I've had a couple meals with him. We've talked extensively, and I'm thrilled.
I can feel the mesh already.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm really excited.
We'll be watching.
Great.
Thanks.
Jason, I'm
You've got to get to Lansing Floral Shop. Open at 8 a.m. daily. Besides a great array of live flowers, they have custom silks, Bridgewater candles. They want you to plan your parties early at a wide delivery area. They're located at 3420 Ridge Road in Lansing, or you can call 708-474-1212. Weddings, funerals, birthdays, anniversaries, and guys, try the No Reason flower. Believe me, it works. Lansing Floral Shop. Give them a call, 708-474-1212.
Kim G. Sherman, psychotherapist, Des Plaines Wellness Center. Therapy for individuals, couples, families. Call 847-962-4849. I've known Kim for over 20 years. She is a true professional, and she will help you. Give her a call. Family Dentist, Lawrence Furland, EDS, 109th and Kedzie, crowns, veneers, cleanings, improving your smile. They do a great job. Call 773-233-7044. Excellent work, impeccable. Call the Family Dentist, 773-233-7044. They did a great job for me, and they'll do a great job for you. Del Sur Mexican Restaurant, open for lunch and dinner daily. Amongst the Friday specials for Lent, shrimp, tilapia, and salmon. And then, of course, my trivia game, March 11th at 6 p.m., we're going to be having a beer giveaway. So you better check that out. 46th and Halsted, Del Sur Mexican Restaurant. They've got beef, pork, and other meats, but if you want some seafood, they got it too. We're back on the spotlight. We're talking Bulls, and they've been hanging out around the rim. It's funny to be above the rim. Not an accustomed place for me, but for people like Paul Gasol, who had 5 block shots in this particular game that we were at, some of them in clutch situations, in addition to double figures in scoring, rebounds, and assists. The triple-double, a rarity for a 35-year-old player. Only a half a dozen in history of the NBA have achieved this. And so we talked to Paul about playing great at an older NBA age, and the Bulls need to stay on it as they fight and claw for the playoffs, frequently with lineups that are undermanned because of injury.
So, Pal, you became the 4th NBA player tonight.
No way.
Yes, to record 2 triple-doubles, 35 and over, joining Kobe, Pierce, and Kidd. So how do you feel about that landmark?
I don't know. I guess I'm happy that I'm able to play at this level at this stage of my career, and without a question, I can't do it without my teammates. So I always give credit to my teammates that do the right thing out there and play the right way. And I guess when you are able to do exceptional things, you feel proud of what you do, and it's encouraging to continue to work hard to have a chance to do it again.
Yeah, well, you're putting up some staggering numbers, especially on the glass. You had 2 17-rebound games, over the last 5. Now, a couple of 16s. You had 17 tonight. What kind of a groove do you feel you're in right now?
I mean, I've been trying to play well. I don't know. I feel well. I feel confident. We're getting stops, and I'm the guy that is usually closer to the rim, so I get some of those, a lot of those rebounds, especially on the defensive end. So I feel good. I feel that I'm doing my job and doing my part to help our team win games and put ourselves in a good position.
The injury situation. You lost 2 more players tonight. Lost Butler prior to the game.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard, and injuries are hard, and especially when you're in this situation where everything is just so tight and the margin of error is it's very little. So hopefully we'll get Jimmy back soon, because he's such an important piece for our team, and this back-to-back coming up is going to be a difficult one. So let's see if we can stay healthy and get healthier to face this next 20 games left.
Your coach pointed out your assist totals, and your distribution of the ball is a really important element of your play.
Without a question. I mean, I love moving the ball. I love finding my open teammates. I love making the right play. And lately, I've been more on the top of the floor, being able to make those plays and those passes. So. Because I guess my ability also to shoot, guys come at me and decide to leave other guys open. So I think my teammates know that if they're open, they're going to get the ball, and they can get a great rhythm shot.
How Mike called it borderline comical, the injuries that you guys are going through. You don't want to ever use the word jinx, but do you feel snake bit that this team continually has injuries that it has to overcome?
And it has happened that way, especially this year, last year to some extent as well, but this year more. And it's hard, but I think some teams go through it, and you just got to keep working. And the guys that are healthy, just keeping their best and keep trying, and hopefully you get some guys back and you able to be in a better position. But there's nothing you can do about it, and you just got to keep on walking, keep on working.
How important was it to break the streak of 16 games of letting a team score 100 points?
We understand how important defense is, and it's a critical part of the game to be able to win games. So we haven't been very consistent with it, and we lost a lot of games where our defense was poor. But the last couple of games a lot better. I think home is going to help us defend better. But let's see if we can carry it over on the road, where we have been unsuccessful lately.
In the final 5 minutes, you and Taj had dramatic blocked shots that ended their possession, and you guys went down the other way. Can you talk about clutch defense at key moments in the game like that?
When the game is on the line and the score is close and you're going down the stretch, you need big plays, especially in the defensive end, to stop momentums and to build one for yourself. So very important that we were able to contain them at the end, stop them, and be able to stretch out the lead and win the game.
Did you get a chance to talk to Jimmy, or what was his attitude? Did he say anything about this injury?
No, he said he was going to be out for tonight, and told I was hard to hear it, and that hopefully we'll get him back soon. I don't know when exactly that'll be, but it is what it is.
So you're 5 blocks short of a quadruple double. This is your next goal?
I guess it's hard enough to get a triple double, but I'm glad my blocks are also up there, and I've been the last 2 seasons at the top of the league. For a poor defender, it's not bad.
Pat, what do you guys have to do to sustain down the stretch, given the fact that you're short-handed and guys are in and out, but yet you're playing basically for the playoffs almost every game?
Yeah, well, we have to be really locked in defensively, communicating, talking to each other to make sure we know the assignments. We don't give anything easy. We don't give anything in the paint for sure. So I think if we do that with the guys that we have out there, then you give yourself a chance and you can come up with stops that are important, especially down the stretch.
How does it feel to be the first player in NBA history to be interviewed by a senior citizen in a vest sweater on a Monday?
With a 30-year Southwest Side tradition, Huck Finn is open 24 hours to serve you with great breakfasts like the Becky Thatcher, soups, great lunches, 1/3 pound burgers, clubs, and much more. Dinners from seafood to steaks to pasta, great donuts, and ice creams. With 3 locations at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 105th and Cicero. Stop in today. You know Huck Finn is open. Go play at Red Shoes Billiards, 12009 South Pulaski in Ulster, featuring 16 Brunswick Gold Crown pool tables, drop fluorescent lighting fixtures, and the fabulous grade of cloth. Call 708-388-3700. And now video gaming is available at Red Shoes from open till close. And don't forget the Illinois Lottery, too. That's Red Shoe Billiards, 12009 South Pulaski.
You've got to get to the Sock live Bidkowski trivia, alternate Thursdays at 8 p.m. 93rd and Roberts Road. Great game, great people. Check out the Sock. I think you'll be glad you did when you go to my trivia game every other Thursday. 8 p.m., 93rd and Roberts Road. Perfect Pitch Auto Repair at 108th and Kedzie does tune-ups, transmission, AC service, engine repair, tire repair, oil changes, and emission system repair. They're open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., and they've done a great job for me. Perfect Pitch Auto Repair at 108th and Kedzie. You've got to get to Papa Joe's new location, 5900 West 111th Street. Italian beef, tetrazzini, great pizza, Parmesan, ravioli, and more. All my classic choices. New location, and they can still deliver into the city. Get to Papa Joe's. Basketball lovers are going to get a special treat. We'll get to the Bulls later on, but we're talking to one of the premier high school basketball experts in all of Chicagoland for a very long time. A personal friend of mine, I don't know if he's willing to admit that, Kenny McReynolds is here with us. That's what I thought. So let's talk girls basketball first. That's all done and wrapped up. Who impressed you, and who were maybe some surprises that came out in the last couple of weeks?
Well, Pat, first of all, I'd like to say it's great to be back on your show. I haven't been on in about 15 years, so it's great to be back on. And second, I'm not an expert. An expert is just a stranger from out of town. That's what Larry Ellison said. So yeah. I'm just Kenny. But now, back to your question. I'd like to get a little dig in every now and then. The biggest surprise to me had to be North Lawndale. They came out of nowhere to finish second place in Class 3A, and that was very, very impressive.
Yeah, they, relatively new school and all, too.
Right.
And how about any individual players who might be staying close to home amongst the seniors?
Well, I thought Kara Lewis or Whitney Young was outstanding. She didn't have a great Final Four, but I was at that super sectional game when she scored 44 points against Homewood Flossmoor. She's going to Ohio State. The young lady at Fremd is going to go Hopkins. She's going to play at Northwestern, which is a really big pickup for Northwestern. She's outstanding. She could play 2 or 3. She's a wing player. So it's pretty good talent staying close to home.
Okay, and now we're into the final wrap-up of the boys tournament. You're going to be broadcasting some games. Tell us a little bit about who to look for and things that you expect to happen.
I think without a question from the team that I've seen this year, I think in 4A, Simeon's going to be really hard to beat. They don't have the superstar. Zach Norvell is going to go to Gonzaga. He's their leader, but they're deep. Evan Gilliard says he's the best point guard in the country, in the city, not Charlie Moore at Morgan Park. That's debatable. But I think Simeon should be the 4A champion. I can't see anybody beating them because they're so deep and they're so disciplined. Class 3A is loaded. Bogan, Morgan Park, Fenwick, the defending champion St. Joe's. 3A is really going to be something special, but I still think Morgan Park, because of Charlie Moore, is going to be the 3A champion.
Now, of course, I have a soft spot in my heart as a Bogan alum. Who's their premier player this year, and could he be a difference maker?
You know what? The best thing I like about Bogan is they don't have a premier player. They have 5 individuals. There's no one superstar like they had last year. So that, to me, is a really good thing. What I'm so surprised and like about Bogan, they don't depend on one guy. They go 5 guys, everybody moves the basketball. It's a team effort at Bogan, which is really, really refreshing.
What did you enjoy about this season? What was your takeaway from covering high school basketball this year that maybe was different than other years?
You know what? I enjoyed every year, Pat. There was no one thing special that sets this year apart from last year or the year before. I enjoyed doing what I do, be it going to the game as a spectator or doing it on television as a broadcaster. I enjoy the games. There's not really one thing I can say that stands out. The one thing I will say that I love is that most of these student athletes are wonderful young men. See, they haven't learned to be jerks like they do once you get to the pros. So they're still nice individual, nice clean-cut young men like a Stephen Bardo. That's the kind of guy you want your guys to be. Grow up to be like a Stephen Bardo. But that's what I like about these guys in high school. They're still great, nice individual young men.
And does that mean good student athletes too?
Oh, without question, because they are. They're student athletes. Put the student first.
Yes.
And in most cases, that's the case.
All right. Well, we appreciate your insights and tips and some things to look for in this coming week. And
parting gifts.
We'll work on that. You've got to get to Jack's, 3325 Ridge Road in Lansing. Trivia every Tuesday at 7 p.m. A very intense competitive game. Any of half a dozen teams can win. You've got to get to Oliver's, 6100 West 159th Street in Oak Forest. They have my live trivia game next on St. Patrick's Day, for crying out loud, at 7 p.m. It's going to be wild. I'll have some specific Irish-oriented topics. See you there. Perfect Pitch Auto Repair at 108th and Kedzie is great. Tune-ups, transmissions, AC service, engine repair, tire repair, oil changes. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. They do a great job for me, and they'll do a great job for you. They're quick, and they don't charge an arm and a leg. Perfect Pitch Auto Repair, 108th and Kedzie. Trivia will be at the Sock. Alternate Thursdays at 8 p.m. 93rd and Roberts Road. Great food, great drink, great people. Everything great. You've got to get to Del Sur Mexican Restaurant, open for lunch and dinner daily. And of course, during this season, shrimp, tilapia, and salmon come into vogue. Trivia game Friday, March 11th, 6 p.m., 46th and Halsted, Del Sur. Reggie's is a great place with tons of music, interesting people and staff, great food and drink at 21st and State. And amongst the cool things they have, Benkowski Trivia. All shows are now Monday at 6 p.m. Reggie's, 21st and State, a fun place. Sock bar. Playing Chicago neighborhoods. According to the City of Chicago map. I know. Two-word answer. North of Pilsen and east of the Tri-Taylor Triangle. Five seconds.
South of Loop.
The correct answer, University Village. All right, you got two more tries to score some points. Here we go. On the north side, one word, it ends in D, like David. East of Albany Park, west of Uptown. Five seconds. Going. Ravenswood. And then the final one, with the centerpiece being St. Bede Church at 83rd and Costner. This neighborhood ends in E.
Scottsdale.
Yes, that's correct. So you got one. And so Sock Bar goes to 1760. Medical people must sit down at this time.
More people needing medical attention.
Here we go.
It's an inanimate object.
So, Sock Danger selected they selected old TV instrumental theme songs that I sing to them. B. All right, here we go. You ready? Dun dun da 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 da. The Munsters is right. 500. All right, question number 2. 4 words. Da 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 da. Yes, that's correct. Okay, here we go. Number 3. This is a drama. A drama, 2-word drama. Da 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 da. This week's show has been brought to you by the Perfect Pitch Auto Repair Shop. They do it all at 108th and Kedzie.
Huck Finn, a great wide-ranging menu, along with donuts and ice cream. Open 24 hours at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 105th and Cicero.
Imprint Graphics, leaders in booklet, perfect bound, saddle stitch. Very competitive pricing. Call 708-396-1010.